So now in this class we are going to be mastering the polygon tool, and how to do that is select your fourth tool on the 2D window side and shortcut is H and we'll single click it, and we will have this a dot thing which will be moving around the 2D window. As it goes on 3D window, it will be a select and move tool. So, uh, before we jump straight right into the pattern drafting, you need to know some shortcuts related to your view. 2 is front, 3 is quarter side, 4 is side profile, 5 is top, 7 not 8 is back, so that you can know which view is which. Okay, so let's get started with the class. So polygon tool, beside that you can see we have a shortcut right here, which is H. You can hit H on your keyboard and just drag till where you can feel your shoulder can go. Okay, backspace and backspace for not continuing your line. At the waist, at the curve of the waist, we will stop, and this is your center front line guide. Okay, we have our basic bodice ready. So we can't give her this kind of V neck shape. Okay, now what we can do is what we can do is we can use your edit pattern tool. Long press that, we will have a edit curve point tool. The shortcut is V on keyboard, and I have pressed it, and you can see that it is changed to some red dot. That is the point where you have to shape your neckline and stuff. You can shape your neckline and Z for edit pattern tool, which is the second tool over here, and select the center front line, unfold with symmetric editing so that your window looks very crisp and neat. Now I shall advise you to practice with Gizmo. This is known as Gizmo. Okay, with Gizmo a lot. There are three different kinds of Gizmos. I'll show you. Settings, preferences, Gizmos. Now on screen coordinate, what will happen? This will be on only three sides, which will make your rotation process or your garment placing process a little bit, tough. If we are on the local coordinate, it does a pretty good job, like the world coordinate one does. You can rotate from here, and you can rotate from top to bottom like this. The red one and the blue one and the green one. The screen coordinate does not have that one. You can use either local coordinate or a world coordinate Gizmo. I prefer to use some world coordinate only so that we are getting our thing done perfectly and smoothly. So for the front pattern we have finished. But what about the back pattern? Control C and Control V. Select that pattern, Control C and Control V for the duplication of the pattern. Now I will tell you where you can find your arrangement points tool. On the 3D window, there is this fifth thing called avatar display. Okay, you can pick this second option which says show arrangement point to make your garment, to make your garment look, uh, to make your garment placement without any hassles. Okay, I'll show that with this as well as the front pattern. Actually, it is easy while we are not doing any arrangement point stuff. So I will stitch using this segment sewing tool. Very rare cases we will use some free sewing tools, but you have to practice with free sewing tool as much as you can. Because if you're only dependent on the segment sewing tool, there are some really complex garments in Indian wear that needs to be done with free sewing tool as well. So in upcoming classes, we might be needing some free sewing tool. So from now on, keep practicing with, free sewing tool as often as possible. Now that we have our bodice ready, now I'll teach you how to make a bottom underneath because we can't leave her like that, no? We have a basic torso all covered up, and what you can do, you can hit your polygon tool and draw the skirt shape from the mid waist. Curve out from the hips. Okay, we are making a pencil skirt and then till the knee, and we will be done. That is how your thing will be displayed. Edit pattern tool, right click and unfold with symmetric sewing. Now you can duplicate or you can control C or control V. Okay. Same thing happens when you're duplicating your pattern as well. You can hit control C and control D for duplication of the pattern, but I use control C and control V all the time. Stitching with segment sewing tool makes it more easier as you're the beginners. You can make easily. Now that is done, what about the belt part? So what I like to do is set, select the stop line, right click on the 2D window, and you will see offset as internal line. So where you want your internal line, I want it on 1 inch. And yes, we have a 1 inch, right click and offset as internal line on 1 inch. Second is done by itself because we have done for the first pattern same measurements for the back, so it will do by itself only. Control, not control, holding shift, select that line and cut and sew. Holding shift and cut and sew, right click and cut and sew. Now we have our belt ready and press space bar to simulate. So we are done, but I will suggest you that you should make your each garment and save it separately. Now, how to save that garment that you have made? So, go to File and Save as Garment. Make an whole another, make an whole another folder for this. I will be name right click on that new folder. Now I will be naming it as basic for CLO3D. Okay. Once I have that on my desktop, I will be using basic. I will delete the body as as you know, I will be saving both of them and basic bodies and basic skirt. SKIR. So like that you can save it. After that, drag and adjust till where you want. We are done. And mostly I will be providing a basic patterns folder for you guys so that you can import and you don't need to, you know, start your basic garments from scratch. Okay, after that, we will see how the pant is done. For that, we have to delete our, you know, skirt. So basically, hit H on your keyboard, same as the skirt method, but somewhat different. Curve out near hips. Make sure you're leaving the enough space. I want till ankle and I will give point near crotch area. That is done. Now that is done and we will be Control C, Control R for the reflection of the pattern. I'll tell you why I'm not shaping the crotch area. I'll tell you that in a minute. Now Control C and Control D for the duplication of the pattern. So while everything is happening, that can also get done with back. Okay, now select that and place without any arrangement points. Now that we have that thing going on, and first see the stitching of the garment. Now take your segment sewing tool. First stitch these two lines in the middle and it got stitched, see, and this to this so that it'll you know like that. Stitches from outside and stitches from inside can be complicated and we can stitch from inside this to this and this to that. Make sure that your pattern is as close. to the body as possible. Okay, that that seems good. And now let the move the back panel as well. Hit simulate. We have our pant ready. Now what about the belt? Same steps. Okay. Offset as internal line. We want it on 1 inch. Offset as internal line. We want it on 1 inch. You see these red lines, right? Those are the indicators that we have our lines on the point. Control. Now, while you are selecting these both lines, if you are using your Control C and Control D, they will automatically get selected. Now, cut and sew. We have our basic pant also ready. Okay, so in this way, you can make your cloth. So, in the earlier, at least I have told you that I will be providing a folder which contains of this pattern sets for men and women as well, right? Now how to import them? I will import sleeves and I'll show you. Import, add AI PDF. Now I will be using the basic sleeve. Okay, add it as a millimeter only. Don't change any unit. We have our importation done. Okay, now you will get close to the hand as close as possible. Control C, Control V. Okay, now on the 3D window, by moving that pattern aside, what we will do is right click and we will use flip normal so that it will convert into the back part, so we need not duplicate and struggle with the garment creation. I wish this was on the real sewing as well. So anyway, get to the class back. So we will be arranging the patterns as close as possible, and after one sleeve is done we are going to duplicate another sleeve. Select and select that, no, that, that to that, and that to that. Under 3D window, you have to adjust your angle. Okay, now with the Gizmo, you move your sleeve pattern a bit more closer and select both by dragging using your first tool and arrange it according to the hand. Now simulate. Okay, now we will be duplicating these set of patterns to the other side. Control C and Control D. We have them with stitching as well. See that? You just have to hit the simulation button, and this is how it is done. See that? You have made your first garments. Save them. File, save as garment, and basic bodice and basic pant. Save. So now everything has been saved and she's looking good. So use your polygon tool very often and bring with some, bring with some ideas. Now, what you will do is you need to draft your basic pattern set and keep it as a separate folder. How many basic patterns you can make? You could make whatever you want. You can make it as a dress. I'll show you the dress also in this window so that you can see how it is done. I'm deleting this. Okay. Now take your polygon tool. Just add your shoulder line and basic body contrast I'll be showing for the educational purpose. Okay. Now backspace, do not continue your curve line and mess it around, and I will hit backspace so that we can continue with the straight line. I want till here. You can use these graph lines as your reference lines. Okay. Now, basically, what you will do at some patterns, you will be stopping at your hip or thigh level, but for the dress, you need at least a calf level. Now, hit V on your keyboard and shape your neckline. Edit pattern tool, which is Z, and unfold it with symmetric editing. We have our front pattern ready, and Control C and Control V. This is your basic dress block. Okay, we'll see if that is arranged correctly. I won't recommend using your shift F as often as possible, but use your shift F until and unless you get comfortable with Gizmo. Hmm. This is your basic dress block, and I'll move the patterns to her close to her body, close to her body. Yes. Now you have your basic bodycon dress ready. See that? Now save this one also as your basic dress block. File save as garment, basic dress block. So you have your basic, pattern set ready for your upcoming classes. So make sure you draft these three things and keep, and I will be providing with the menswear as well. in the patterns in the folder that I will be linking on my Telegram channel, and make sure you subscribe to that channel as well so that you cannot miss any shortcut book, or I have uploaded some PDFs right there, and you can get some set folders like on my Telegram channel, and some, you know, some patterns, importing patterns. Now this is done. We have our basic dress block ready. Keep this pattern set done and tag me when you have any doubt related, or feel free to comment under my YouTube comment section, and I will definitely reply to your comments, because whoever wants to learn Cloth 3D, this is very easy. It is not as, you can see your stitch details as well. Is not as tough as you think. So make sure that you have understood everything and draft your pattern set. And thank you